Meanwhile, a small South Pacific territory called New Caledonia, which is 16,000 kilometers away from France, interestingly has rejected an independence in its third and final referendum. The island has voted to remain a part of the French territories, with about 96% of the votes being polled in favor of staying on as a part of the French territories. Now, at least about 2,000 kilometers east of Australia, Caledonia is an isolated territory in the Pacific region with a population of just about 270,000 inhabitants. Now, it is a vast archipelago that has 10 time zones apart and ahead of Paris. Now, what is interesting is that the geographical position of the South Pacific archipelago seemingly holds no significant position, but geopolitically it is of immense importance. New Caledonia hosts one of the two French military bases in the Pacific, and this allows for France to play a significant role in the Indo-Pacific region. And also what is interesting is that this happens to be France's one of the biggest overseas territories, with 10% of the world's nickel, and also acts as a key strategic asset between West and China in the region. Now, the French President Emmanuel Macron hailed the referendum result, saying that France is more beautiful with Caledonia as still a part of it.
Fidèles à la sagesse de nos aînés, nous franchissons ensemble une nouvelle étape. L'accord de Nouméa arrive à son terme juridique. La promesse du destin commun dont il était porteur n'a jamais été aussi tangible et doit continuer à nous guider.
The New Caledonia won broad autonomy back in 1988 in a political process known as Nouméa Agreement. Under the agreement, the island was given irreversible transfer of power from France, except in areas of defence, public security, justice, foreign affairs and currency. Besides, Caledonia was also granted 3 referendums to vote for independence. In the first referendum that was held in 2018, 43.6% of the people voted in support of independence. In the second in 2020, 46.7% voted in support of independence. However, the pandemic outbreak created a political disarray, and due to fears of an economic upheaval, 96% of the voters now have voted no in the final referendum. Meanwhile, the pro-independence campaigners who boycotted the polls have called for a fair campaign that majorly comprises of some indigenous groups who say that they want to break from the wealthier white communities within Caledonia. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.